I think Tanya summed up much better than me, or indeed any other politician that I've heard over the last week or more speaking on this issue. When the news of Savita's death broke in the media, there was a number of reflex actions to it. There was the obvious and deeply felt public grief and anger too. There was, amongst the public, women and men from all walks of life, a determination that this cannot happen in our hospitals and on our watch. And it was in very stark contrast to the political reflex. The political reflex remained, as it has been for the past 20 years, to attempt to brush this issue under the carpet yet again. The people who are elected to the institution to my left, of which I am a member, sought to place the focus everywhere and anywhere, bar on that institution itself. I remember 20 years ago, I'm of an age to remember the huge trauma that gripped this country when the X case was prosecuted. I remember at that time the decent women and men of this state said this must end. And really at that time and at this, the ask of the political establishment was a very modest one, not a big ask at all. It was very simply that the legislators legislate for that which is already lawful in this state. A clear call that when the Supreme Court says that women in this state are entitled to an abortion where their life is in risk, where their life is in jeopardy, that institution legislates to make sure in every case, in every circumstance, that is what happens. That was the ask. The ask has also been that medical professionals are given the clarity and the safety to care for women without exposing themselves to the criminal law. And in the debate that has taken place across our country over decades now on the issue of abortion rights and choice and a woman's right to choose, and we know that there are different opinions on it. But in the range of that debate, the ask that has been made of the Dáil and the politicians is a very modest one. And I don't accept whatever point of view an individual TD comes from, if their personal conviction is pro-choice or what is erroneously, I believe, termed pro-life. That's a matter for themselves. They don't have the discretion to choose not to legislate for those things that are lawful. We have a debate underway last evening and this evening, and the call in the motion that we brought forward is again a modest one. And it asks that politicians, ministers and governments elected to lead, elected to govern, elected to make the law can no longer shirk their responsibilities. And if that means putting their personal positions or fears or prejudices to one side, well, that is the stuff and the duty of the legislator. So let us do that. This debate will not go away. This issue will not go away. And I want to say to you, 20 years later, 20 years too late, we must have action, and we will have action from government and every member of the Oireachtas.